God bless our homeland, Ghana. Wow. I think he deserves better than that. Put your hands together for the minister. Wow. This is the gentlest I have seen him. Oh, he's very gentle. Obia when master. Especially when your master used to be the minister of your sector. You can't come and talk anything. So the Jata is tame. Thank you so much. We'd like to invite one of Ghana's greatest wordsmiths, Nana Asase, to come and lay the foundation for the arrival of the president's speech. Put your hands together for Nana Asase.
The music is good, you pay to hear it twice. My neighbors, when I invite you to the dance, it's because I have curated music good enough for your dancing feet. Make sure that your steps equally match up to this. Ago. When I was a child, growing up was a dream. I'm here, I'm still moving on. I call it harsh reality. I have simply come to learn that sleep is for the strong. And so, good night. It is only when we sleep that we have dreams, my people. And so all men sleep. Yet, when those of us allowed to sleep do, dreams are the preserve of the chosen. And so, all men sleep. The chosen will dream yet. The third strain of life chooses to wake up and lend feet to our dreams. So one man sleeps, has his dream, wakes up, wants to lend feet, and then he calls all of us to go. So say our paths to God lie within. It takes one to take the torch and lead the way. Ghana, welcome to a new morning where we woke up on the right side of our bed. One man chose to sleep, woke up, stretched, yawned, and he says, I have a dream. And then we all choose to believe because this is possible. We have often been told of future leaders who are not allowed to think because it's not their time to lead yet. But future leaders, this is the time to train the future the way to go, so that when you are older and the future is also old, it knows to treat you with some respect. And so, it is good to have your future leaders trained now. Have them vision the future the way it should go. My people, if we were in a race and I was to hand the baton over to the future, I would choose the hand with which to receive the baton from the runner who goes before me, for my place is only held temporarily. My people, which is older, the egg or the hen? Now, whichever one was created first, that is not an argument to be had. The most important part simply says, between the egg and the hen, each one of them is too small to hold itself fully, so each holds a part of the other in trust. And so, it is only on the ends of old ropes that new ones are woven. My people, is it not beautiful that we decide to send messages to the future from now? We have chosen a million ways to beautifully do it by allowing young people to own the future, sending messages and saying, dear future, this is Ghana in the 21st century. See you in a few years' time, and these seeds we sow today would have rippled across the sands of the world. 1 million coders. 1 million coders. Okay. 1 million. Birth another million. Birth another million. If my people do not understand all the big English we will speak today and all the fantastic things we are doing, would it suffice to tell them, say, a computer and kitty? You see, little drops of water make a mighty ocean. The computer and kitty would eventually ensure that Ghana takes its place on the digital maps of the world and leave our footprints. My people, what if we could code Bamaya and Adoa so that a long time after this civilization is gone, all the beautiful things we do now will still stand the test of time. Now, it simply says we are creating employment for 1 million people, but one provides for 13 or 25, and the ripple keeps going on. Imagine a steel pool with a pebble dropped in there. The ripples are so strong. Ago. He to him what is good is not good. Our elders say let him sniff a little alligator pepper and see how he likes it. I'm a young man, and I believe that if we had 1 million storytellers to send our messages to the future in languages that we might not understand reading from the books, my people, we would have simply secured our future. And so it takes a man to know that when he has gone to bed, returning into this dance is not guaranteed. And so that is how legacy starts for Ghana. 1 million. 1 million coders are more than 1 million voters, my people. 1 million coders, probably less than how many million farmers we have in Ghana today. So do not forget the back without which there is no front. Sankofa is the only principle through which our ancestors have brought us up to this point. And so when Ghana this year, oh Brahma Dane, what are we leaving for the generations yet to come? When they get here, they will point their fingers at us, whether it will be the left or the right. It is our decision to make now. What would warrant that a man will stretch his hands and shake you? Would it be an insult or it would be a greeting? What the future does to us would be our decision to make now. My people, so imagine I am Ghana. I am a carpenter building a big ark so that all my people will be safe because the floods are coming. And then I take, with all the pan, my hammer and hit all the nails in the right places like we are choosing to do today. Then the future is safe and secure. Intiminiano, computer and kitty. One tiasie, and maybe I would explain it to you in Dagbani, and then this could go in Gang, and then all our ways will be preserved in the spaces of technology beyond what our ancestors dreamt. You see, this life is simply that reality. We woke up from nothingness in eternity to sleep into the present. I take that again. This life is simply that dream. We woke up from nothingness in eternity to sleep into reality. And so the most difficult things we are doing today is placing one foot in front of the other. That is how a path is found and all the others follow. So in that spirit, my people, we will not clap to attract attention. Like I said, we will not stamp to rouse the dust. We lift our hand, greet the Creator, and then we beat our chest, making a solemn promise that Ghana will work, making a solemn promise that though we did not see the dream in our sleep, once we have woken up and decided to follow the path that the leader is charting, we will give our very best. Well, a year from now, I will still be here as a timekeeper to evaluate what you put in, what you put in, what you put in. And then we shall ask the dreamer if he has any more dreams that will make our future secure. I'm the writer king who sips communion wine from the calabash. I did not come to pour libation. Your Excellency, you have outdone yourself this time. You have excelled your peers in the realms of dreams. Woken up, we believe in this, it will fly. Why do I ask for this, my people? When a king sits in a palanquin and it is stationary, he throws his hands, then it is an illusion that he is in the air. Unfortunately, he will have to be carried so that he is seen. This idea, beautiful, but you see, an idea alone is just like a seed dropped in a bucket of water. Unless it is spilt, it goes nowhere. Where do we go from here, Ghana? Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? So many questions to be answered. I am simply a messenger. He who had his sleep, had his dream, woke up and sent us on these errands is here. Therefore, I beg you, maybe you should bring him up so that when all those questions are answered, I can simply and confidently strut about the streets talking about computer. Ghana, I'll be back. Let us see.
Amazing. He said computer and kitty. When he said 1 million, you woke up, you thought it was 1 million Ashanti votes. You thought you were doing your old job. You didn't know you have changed. When you said 1 million, the guy said, he thought Ashanti they were voting. Friends across TV3, Channel 1, GTV, Wezo TV, Metro TV, friends on the Ministry of Communications Facebook page, friends in Bolga, Bono East, Ashanti, Volta, and all through the country. You are here live at the launch of the 1 Million Coders program. We just had a poetic interregnum. It's now time to receive our special guest of honor, His Excellency the President of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama. Please rise as we receive His Excellency to bring us the keynote address.
Thank you. Please resume your seats. Yeah. Thank you very much. Let me proceed on the protocol established by the minister and just say, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. At this rate, it will appear that I should register a copyright with this Nkiti name because the various brands of Nkiti that are coming out, we could make quite a lot of money with that. And so, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Today marks a defining moment in our national journey. We're not merely launching a program, but we're laying a foundation for a new economy. We're declaring with boldness and purpose that Ghana is ready to lead in the digital age. We're saying to our youth, to our communities, to the continent, and to the world that the future is here, and we'll be part of shaping it. The 1 Million Coders program is not just a fulfilled campaign promise. It is a strategic pillar of our Reset Ghana agenda, designed to empower Ghanaians with digital skills critical for 21st century life and work. It is an intentional move towards building a knowledge-based, innovation-driven economy, one where our greatest resource, our people, are equipped to create solutions, generate jobs, and be able to compete globally. At the heart of this initiative is our belief in Ghanaian youth. We believe in your creativity, your resilience, and your boundless potential. This program is an investment in our youth, an investment in their future as coders, as analysts, as entrepreneurs, and as tech pioneers. When I asked for your mandate to serve once more as president, I made a promise that our national recovery will be people-centered, innovation-led, and future-focused. And that recovery begins by breaking down the barriers that hold us back, social, economic, and digital. Today, we begin breaking down those barriers. Over the next 4 years, the 1 Million Coders program will train 1 million Ghanaians in essential digital skills, from coding and cybersecurity to data analytics and networking. These are not just technical abilities, they are economic passports, pathways to decent jobs, entrepreneurship, and long-term social economic inclusion. We do not walk this path alone. Across the globe, nations that recognize the power of coding early have positioned themselves for extraordinary progress. Take Estonia, for example. In 2012, Estonia became one of the first countries in the world to introduce coding as a compulsory subject as low as primary schools. Today, Estonia is a global leader in digital governance and innovation, with one of the world's most digitally integrated societies. In the United Kingdom, since 2014, children as young as 5 have been learning basic programming. This initiative has helped build a new generation of problem solvers and digital creators. Finland has gone a step further, integrating coding into a broader interdisciplinary learning approach. This model doesn't just teach coding, it teaches young people how to think critically, solve complex problems, and work collaboratively, skills that are essential in every sector of life. Japan has blended coding into its science and maths curriculum, encouraging students to apply digital tools to real-world challenges. And in the United States, coding education is gaining ground across states, with growing support from the private sector and government for nationwide digital literacy. These are not just anecdotes, these are blueprints, and we're adapting the best of them to suit the Ghanaian context. Ladies and gentlemen, let us consider what this means for our country. First, job creation and economic growth. As of this year, the global business process outsourcing market was valued at $410 billion and is projected to reach almost $500 billion by 2029. Countries like India and Philippines dominate this space, offering services in software development, data management, customer support, and more. Ghana has the potential to be Africa's premier business process outsourcing hub. We're strategically located on the Greenwich Meridian. We're English speaking, and we have a vibrant tech-savvy youth population. With the right digital skills and infrastructure, our young people can attract outsourced jobs from around the world. Jobs that pay well and keep families and communities thriving right here at home. The second, entrepreneurship and innovation. Coding skills will enable our youth to create apps, to launch startups, develop digital solutions to our local problems, whether in agriculture, in healthcare, education, or governance. In this digital era, one idea can transform an entire community, and one startup can create hundreds of jobs. The third point, education and lifelong learning. Through the OMCP, we're not only skilling our youth, we're reshaping our national approach to learning. The Honorable Minister for Communications is already working closely with the Minister of Education to integrate digital literacy and coding into our university and technical school curricula. The aim of this is clear, is to make digital education not just a short-term initiative, but a permanent strategic part of our educational system. And the fourth point, inclusion. Digital transformation must not leave anyone behind. And that is why this OMCP program places a strong emphasis on equity, ensuring access for rural communities, for women, and for persons with disability, and others who are often left on the periphery. The first cohort of 560 trainees launching today in Accra, Kumasi, Sunyani, and Bolgatanga already reflects our commitment to gender balance and regional inclusivity. Moreover, within just 48 hours of opening applications, over 50,000 young Ghanaians registered their interest, and the Minister has updated that figure to 90,000. This overwhelming response is a powerful reminder of the hunger for opportunity and the urgency of the task ahead of us. In the next phase, we will activate training centers at community information centers across all metropolitan, municipal, and district assemblies. This decentralized approach ensures that no matter where you live, in the city or in a remote village, you will have access to the opportunity of the 1 million coders program. We're also building the digital infrastructure required to support this vision, from broadband expansion to the provision of devices and learning platforms. Every layer of this initiative has been designed for scale and for sustainability. Let us not underestimate what this represents for our country. We're changing the national narrative from one of limitations to one of limitless potential. From a country that consumes imported technologies to a country that creates its own. From young people waiting for jobs to young people creating jobs. This is how to build a resilient and future-ready country, Ghana. To the youth of Ghana, I say this program is for you. Take it and own it. Let this be your launchpad into innovation, entrepreneurship, and global relevance. Let this be the bridge between your dreams and the opportunities of the digital age. You're not just participants in this initiative, you are the architects of Ghana's digital future. To our partners, current and future, we thank you for believing in Ghana and investing in our people. Your support amplifies our efforts and accelerates our progress. And I call on more organizations, both local and international, to join us on this mission. To the Honorable Minister of Communications and his team, I commend you for the speed, vision, and diligence with which you have pursued this project. You've not only brought a manifesto promise to life, you have ignited hope in millions of young Ghanaian hearts. My fellow citizens, technology is not just a tool. It is a force for equality, social mobility, transparency, and empowerment if it is used wisely and inclusively. It can rebuild our institutions, connect our communities, and transform our economy. But to achieve this, it must be accessible to all and guided by a clear national purpose. This is that purpose. This is Ghana's moment to rise, to lead, to shape the future. And so with pride and with faith in the extraordinary potential of the Ghanaian people, it is my honor and privilege to officially declare the 1 Million Coders program duly launched. The one on the birthday cakes doesn't take this long. May this serve as a beacon of opportunity for every Ghanaian and a bold statement to the world that Ghana is ready. I thank you, and may God bless our homeland, Ghana.
Oh, come on, put your hands together one more time for His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana. Thank you so much. And please be seated. So when we say 1 million coders, what is the response? Empowering Ghanaians with the skills of the future. Can we practice it? Or is it a mouthpiece? 1 million coders. Last one. 1 million coders. Clap for yourselves. Wonderful. So next few steps, we would invite 3 photographs. The first one, the president and the ministers here present. Then our government agency partner CEOs will take a picture with the president. And then our private sector partner CEOs will also take a picture with the president. After that, the president will leave to inspect the lessons in 2
Hello.
Everyone's on Dubizzle property. Are you?
Say, Ufa Kumasia. Maybe I'm a Fabia if you not do create. Timbese if you quite echo. You shall see near two if you know one more. Now ye if you. To quite a mess, I'm penny for the Kayan in fee. Ufi as I would live around about or F4 as a full 30 now. And we are feeling one if you are quite one in an King in an feel. Coca got an air or I took bad. Give you women a yin in a view. Will be bad. No cause Antonio on offer. 'Tis a big cause.